Alrighty, we're back again. Right. I have said that I was editing one about 2 weeks or so ago, and this has just sprung up. I offer my apologies in the regards of when I made the last one, which in fact there was one for the 28th. However, there's a little bit of a, shall we say, a tip for people at the same time who are making their own videos, is that there was the content and context that was created before, whilst valid, ended up, whilst I was editing it, ended up with a lot of scrolling text. So because there was too much scrolling text, I decided, like, let's compact this a bit more by doing another one. So the tip is, if you have to put too much down at the bottom in and amongst the actual conversation itself, then you may need to revise the video content as a whole, or another approach. Yeah, take another approach. Having constant rolling text across the bottom whilst the host or the individual is presenting another set of information can be rather distracting. So, hey, we'll do it. Now, the long and short of it all is, as is with others, generally running commentaries, it's a matter of perspective. The reason it's a matter of perspective, and why should mine be any more valid than anybody else's, is primarily that over the years, what I have a general tendency of doing is not being biased to one media outlet or another media outlet. What I in fact do is take multiple media outlets and start to find common ground, and that creates the actual factual events that are going on. Yeah? So it's much more refined in the terms of more information coming in. So it's kind of like sorting out the wheat from the chaff, so to speak. Okay. That being said, the main crux of this one is generally to say that I told you so. No, I'm only joking. No, it's the long and short of it all is you can see how things are beginning to pan out now. Yeah. So those who have been following me through from behind the closed doors, peeking through the gaps. North Korea, up and down, fits and starts. Russia, in and out. But at the same token, being there on the front. Which incidentally, as part of the world shifting, a part of other countries, I believe it was Zimbabwe? Some of the African states are actually beginning. It's gone. Some of the African states were going through changes, political changes, and there was Zimbabwe going through political changes and a form of democratic evolution or revolution even. So it worked, and I bring Russia into the picture because they're also sorting out, after watching a few of the videos online and so on and so forth, doing research and that, Russia's getting their house in order. You can also see America trying to sort theirs out in one capacity or another. Certain changes of mind, specifically with the environmental side of things. As well as some natural climate effects. It's more about the planet itself, like for instance volcanic eruptions. Right, now, the upshot of it all is, as we're going to keep on coming back around to, it's going to be more about Brexit. Yeah? And the last video, it was more about delivering an ultimatum and getting things sorted by March 2018. How is that possible? The International Court of Trades and Treaties creates or moves away. Well, it doesn't matter whether it was an International Court for Trade and Treaties. It can be taken through a World Economic Forum, a World Trade Organization. It doesn't matter. The upshot of it all is that the actual negotiations would be taken out of hand between the two parties and negotiated appropriately according to the benefit for both parties. However, this is where a lot of the text was coming in. They've managed to move, or you have managed to move from stage 1. Very good. Well done. Meant genuine also. But it does come with an air of caution though. Is that at the end of the day, don't push your luck. This is to the EU. To the UK, don't be don't be so easy or readily and willing to just bend over. Remember, it's what's good for the United Kingdom as well as it is for the 27 member states. There's already shifts, as you can see, already. The United States of the European Union. There's a bit of an oxymoron in there. But I wouldn't even say it was an oxymoron because there's no sense of intelligence within it. Because the United States of European Union. United is union. See, this just goes to show that while I offer my apology for being quite coarse in some ways with some people, broader audience, I certainly don't offer an apology for what I say because it is valid. It's that type of thing, just something as simple as that, as a title, that actually goes to show the state of thinking, the way you see things, the way you move forward with things, problem solving. Yeah? United States of European Union, or rather, should it not be the United States of Europe? Yeah. Oh, I know. It spells up U's, it does. Well, then I'm saying that when you got U and union on the end, it's use you. Yes, exactly. Using those. Point is forethought. The point is that your project it's no longer really viable in that regard because there's nothing. You're still not really kind of like showing yourself to be very amicable. Those who want. And for the interest of the 27 states, and so well, hang on a minute. So the demise of one for the 27 of others, when the one is the many, and has helped out a lot of other people, is the greater part of your trade, and so on and so on and so on, with all the details. It's rather kind of like a bit of a selfish approach, isn't it? Point of matter is that it's taken you this long to figure out how to do it and how to do it right. It doesn't matter whether I'm upsetting the apple cart again. Remember, I say these things, I'm not even really here in a manner of speaking, am I? So, you have to excuse that. Been repairing the car. But still, you are doing relatively well. You're moving forward with things, it's good. But don't get too confident with it all, too complacent with it all. Don't become too overly confident on the other side of things. Because at the end of the day, even once this is being finished, and we're moving forward in a new direction, with a new relationship which will work and benefit 28 states plus all the other countries across the world. Hopefully we can sort out North Korea and get them on par with the rest of us. Russia's certainly wanting to get on the international arena and work with a lot of other people. Yes, fair enough, they've got their interests to defend, and so on and so on and so forth. Feel a little bit kind of like split between being cautious with the United States, but at the same token wanting to be forward, want to get involved. That's, I guess, It's not really a guess, it's based on what I've seen so far. It's also the same sentiment as to what certain population members of them countries, or the citizens, actually feel towards it all as well. I keep looking up here because the actual map's up there, and it gives me an idea of all the information that I see across Flipboard, right from finally the relative Brexit can no longer be avoided, right through to UK should not assume transition deal is inevitable, says senior MEPs on Politics Live. See the positives and negatives. It gives me an idea, a good broad spectrum of understanding of what's going on across the planet. It does. Which this video is also serves another purpose. It's also to say, well, whilst it's being delivered now, the timings basically shift everything towards seeing the next one being the beginning of January to see the new year in with you all. Also, it's about saying that Shadow Crown is now going to become dormant. I've done one or two of the bits. You'll find that some bits will come up online and I will put them across social media and whatnot to let them know that they're done. Still working on this device here, and it's working. Needs a few tweaks here and there, but it's working ultimately. It is. As you will have seen from the last video, sorting parts out, one of the other videos. But the time and what it means is the time and effort is going to be now focused into Utilitarian Democrats. So I'm going to work on that. As some will have seen, it's got a nice fresh landing page now. You can look through news, be able to go into the forums and chat about policies, and the policies are up front. You've got your front runners, you've got your wider policies, and the forums are not only for chatting but for discussing policies. There's different forums also. The main forum is for both male and female, not creating any differentiation between gender. It will be the same when it comes down to roles. Yeah, for those who are employed into particular roles. Then it has the younger groups, with a marginal explanation as to how I see it. And then we have the international arena. The reason I say that is I make no secret of it. It even specifies that in one or two of the write-ups. Is that I am looking at the sum of the whole, as in, all these states, these countries and whatnot. They are greater than the sum of the parts. Yeah? It's not about world domination either. Not in the slightest. But what it is about, it's about the realisation that we are, at the end of the day, a planet of one culture, as humanity. Yeah? There have been too many issues surrounding all the political philosophies that currently exist. So the upshot is the end goal for Utilitarian Democrats is indeed to create a central hub anybody can work through. Yeah, doesn't matter where you are from in the world. It doesn't favour any country, so any country leader, providing all criteria have been met, can climb up the ladder. The same way there'll be a council, much as the same. So it's a bit of a, should we call it? It's a refinement on what currently exists. The bringing together and refinement of what currently exists to eventually offer something far more powerful. Now, I don't mean powerful as in a power grab. More powerful, more potent to be able to work with for the majority. Yeah, everybody. Yeah. shifting and moving around, being able to help third world countries and rebalance the books again. So I guess within the realms of creativity and the realms of understanding timelines and history, I suppose you could say it is a doomsday, or a political doomsday. Yeah, it's taking everything and bringing it together for everybody. Yeah, simple. End of the day. Quiz it, question it. Motives are all there. Nothing is hidden. We definitely need something to represent us, or otherwise it will be just like having an asteroid hitting the planet. It just wipes. You may as well just wipe that all out. It just becomes so fragmented. It'll be like a little bit like give you an entertaining, humorous kind of example. It'll be like watching humanity fragment in such a way that it would represent Star Trek. Yeah, all the different factions, the Klingons and the human race, and then there's the I forget all the factions and whatnot. But look them up. You'll know which ones I mean. For instance, the old Star Trek Voyager, Star Trek Generations, things like that. You know, all the different factions. Will they end up becoming like that? Well, not far from being that now, are we really? But the upshot is it's there to serve everybody. There'll be no differentiation between male and female, black or white, young or old, well, within a particular scope of experience. So there'll be an element, how can I best put it? Yeah, a meritocratic element, but not based on whether it be lower, middle or upper class. You could be lower class and be experienced, and that will get you there. Yeah, you don't have to be rich. You're not going to buy your way in. Yeah, you just got to show, shall I say, commitment, a path to progression. That's it. That's all it is. Yeah, a want and a drive. You know, the want to see bigger, better things for us all. You know? That type of thing. Go to the website, throw your conspiracy theories there, and get your answers from there, and start banging your war drums and everything over at the chat site, yeah, for Utilitarian Democrats. You can even throw them on Train and Crown if you want. It's not too much of an issue, to be perfectly honest with you. But it's there. That is where the effort is going to be going. It's going to stick local to begin with. Start working on like running politics in the self and same way as everybody else does. But we'll grow. Probably test. In a manner of speaking, even science will even say, or even agree, and as it has already been agreed, that we will eventually need a form of world governing system. Well, that takes, like for instance, as a part of their policies or their requirements in terms of science, of seeing science for science, not as a political tool. But yeah, there, isn't it? And I am listening. Yeah, but that's what it's there for. It's the same with whether it be locally, nationally, or regionally, nationally, or internationally. It's for everybody. Yeah. So there isn't too much more. 4-1 is forearmed. Yeah, for the European Union and UK negotiations. You're doing well. This has been a bit of a fight for you all. There are a few I told you so's in there, and it's a case of just keep moving forward. Well done for the peaceful transition for Zimbabwe. Yeah, I know it's not going to suit everybody, but it very much seemed like that the vast majority actually supported the transition. The biggest part of it all, I'm reckoning, was the fact that the military took over. The military laid out in a clear format what they intended on doing, and they've stuck to it. Yeah, that's the clincher with it all. Yeah, they haven't tried to be anything else other than the voice of reason, keeping the peace, and making sure transition keeps moving. So well done to you lot. Yeah, see, it can be done. Yeah, you can see that the more support you get, the more productive, eventually the more productive you will all become. Yeah, so it can be done. Yeah. So anybody else who's thinking of making the changes, voting for democracy, or making sure that their country is more productive in some way, shape or form or another, it can be done. But again, the crux of the matter is always going to be there in the background. Keep moving forward with it. Keep seeing each other within this. Don't force your hand, because force anybody's hand. Purely and simply because at the moment, I can see why you would use the divorce, because at the moment, European Union is acting, especially with the Commission, is acting very much like the male. This is a very kind of like old and outdated approach now, but it's very much like the male of the relationship. It's very wanting to be very dominant, very over-empowering, and the sovereignty being the feminine side of things, the female. And the European Union wants the UK on its knees. It's not going to happen. Not in your lifetime. I can guarantee you that. Yeah? In any of your lifetimes, or even your grandchildren's lifetimes. So now you can see why I'm stepping up, because the upshot is that I don't like the way it's being dealt with. It's not about for or against the Brexit, it's about making sure that whatever's been decided moves through peacefully, moves through fairly. Everybody benefits from it. Okay. There you go. Two sides. I'll leave you on that note. You are doing well. Things will get better. Things are getting better. There will always be disagreements as transition happen. You know? It's all part and parcel of growth. That is balance and direction. Yeah? Finding the right balance, going in the right direction. Yeah. There you go. So, on that note, I'm going to bid my farewell. I'm going to give my congratulations to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Yeah? And yeah, I bet you'll save some money now on your cheese dips, eh? At least the kids will have those to have in the morning. Right. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm still around. If you need anything, just ask. Alright? Have a good one.